One. Hello everybody, this is JD. Today I'm going to talk to you about a couple different things I've been thinking about. Possibly talking to Congress about it later on if you all decide to elect me as president. There's several things we need to work on. One, the federal government needs to get out of the personal life of the people. They must understand that we, the people, have private lives, and they must be respected, as well as, the rest of the world. Number two, the American people need to come first above all else. The American people are overburdened right now with a taxation system that is so antiquated. It's like not even a horse and buggy. It's like the walking caveman in society. Our current tax system is broken, totally broken. It needs to lift the burden off of the American people that this tax system has placed upon them. To do that, we have to look at our budget seriously and first understand what the federal government is for. A good example is read the preamble of the Constitution. There's 6 promises made there to each and every American. Those must be kept. Overtaxation is not one of them. Matter of fact, overtaxation caused the American Revolution. So, what do we have to do? Congress has to start looking at reducing the budget. First priority on the budget is, does it serve the American people? It's nice to be generous to the world. It's nice to give the third world nations all kinds of items. But not at the cost of the Americans. Citizen. Congress has to start realizing they are to serve the American citizen. The American citizen is not to serve Congress, and it's not an open bank that they can just draw out any money they want whenever they want. Examples are, we don't need extra things just for the sake of a senator's name or congressman's to say, I did. When his community has children going hungry, putting in a library, which isn't needed because the libraries are being so underutilized in the town now, is not the thing to do. Putting food in those children's mouths is the thing to do. Putting books in the schools, putting the proper equipment are the things to do. But our budget needs to come down, and our taxation system needs to be redone. Speaking of which, creating new wealth has to be a priority for our government to allow people to create new wealth. How do you create new wealth? Well, you take a pile of iron ore, which has very little value, and you take it and create it into an automobile, which has a lot of value. Now you have created some wealth. In other words, manufacturing. A lumberjack downing a tree. The tree is beautiful and it does have value, but very little value as far as wealth. Into lumber for building houses. Now we've created some new wealth of value to that lumber that was that tree. Manufacturing is the way in our world that exists right now, creating new wealth. So, to create new wealth, we must create a taxation system that splits the difference between service companies from overseas, and manufacturing. For example, I will use Toyota. Toyota manufactures cars outside the country and manufactures cars inside the country. Inside the country, the cars they manufacture creates new wealth, gives jobs to people, they have money to spend, the cars are sold, and the company makes money. The taxation on that manufacturing of that car should be extremely low. Anything that's manufactured should have extremely low taxation. I'm talking 6%, 8%, or even less. Whereas the cars that are shipped into the country from other places throughout the world, their taxation should be extremely or high. Another example, a steel factory manufacturing steel should have a manufacturing tax, not a corporate tax. Wall Street, on the other hand, should have the corporate tax. They do not create new wealth, though they say they do in stocks and trading and stuff, but the fact is they're a corporation that does not do manufacturing. So manufacturing should have a large tax advantage to enable it to create new wealth so that the service communities could. For example, let me give you another one. Microsoft, with their programs that they create, that's creating new wealth. That's manufacturing a program. That's taking something of nothing and making it something of value. Now you created some wealth. Google, on the other hand, is a service, and therefore it's a corporation. Kind of understand the difference? Apple, with their computers, with their iPhones and all that, are creating new wealth if they're manufactured inside the United States. If they're manufactured overseas, now it's corporation, and it should have corporation taxes. Yes, it's going to be a little more complicated, the tax program. But the tax program is designed to efficiently remove the taxes burden from the average middle-class citizen and place it squarely on everybody's shoulder as little as possible. Not as heavy as possible, but as little as possible. We need to streamline our government to where it serves the American people, and the people are not the servant of the American government. Overseas, sorry, UN, I'm going to hurt you bad, because we're not going to support the majority of the UN. We will not contribute any more than China or Russia does. We will equal the larger of the two, but we will not contribute any more. The burden of the UN must rest on the UN and all nations, not just the United States. I highly recommend that the UN moves into Switzerland to create the neutral feeling. Too many countries in the world feel the UN is nothing more than an arm. Oh, and UN, don't you even dare try to tell us how our Constitution should be written. You could go tell any other, but don't dare try to tell our Constitution shall be written this, that. It shall not, and I will stand on the Second Amendment as strongly as I do the other first 9, and will not allow, repeat, will not allow the deviation of any of the first 10 amendments. I call them commandments of our Constitution. So people, yes, there's a lot of things that need to be done. Yes, we, as the people, need to fix it. Yes, we need to teach Congress that they are the servants of the American people, not a political party servant, not an organization, none of those things. But they are to serve only the American people first and foremost. Both political parties need to be removed from Congress. Matter of fact, all political parties need to be removed from Congress so that the government is allowed to function as it's supposed to, a representation of the states and the people. No political parties. These are the things we need to fix. Fix these things, and our nation will start back on the track it was originally designed for. Continue to support the political parties. You continue to support increase in taxes. You continue to support government dictation to the people. You continue to support the people are the servants of the government. That's what the political parties have gotten you. Whether they're Republican or Democrat, it don't matter. Or even Libertarian. They all have gotten you this one thing. A government that believes the American people are nothing but servants to the government. Oh, they tell you a different story when it comes time to vote. But the truth is, it's not there. People can say whatever they want. Political parties can say whatever they want. It's their action that counts. I always say actions speak louder than any word you could yell, holler, or scream. Political parties speak a lot of crap. Their actions are just the opposite. No political party out there is for the American people. Just the American people. They're for their own views, they're for their own ideals, they're for their own and nothing else. They tell you otherwise, but the truth is, they are not for you, the American citizen. That's why, sorry people, I cannot belong to any political party because I belong to you, the people. But without your help, we will not be able to fix our government. Notice I said we. Never have you ever said I, but we. So this is JD, just telling you, we have a lot to do. In 2016, we got to get me elected as president. In 2017, we have to pick up the ball and start our treasury. We have to fix our nation. And know this, people, the greatest fear I have is winning the election in 2016. Because I know the extent and the degree of the job you will be giving me. To me, it's a job that must be done, and I will accept it. But it's going to be a lot of hard work for all of us together. But in the end, I hope to be able to tell you all, when I leave office, that I have placed the American government back in the hands of you, the people. You need to get out there. You need to tell people of me. And above all else, you all need to vote. Most important, your vote does really count. Look at how they hide the votes of 2008 for JDC, James D. Creveau, and all that. Look at how they hide it. Why in the state of Virginia you don't find out a single vote? Yet, me and my wife wrote James D. Creveau. So, but that count is still there. 890 some million votes. And it still happened. It still said something. But now we need all of you to get together to help support me. Start going around telling people, get ready for 2016 now. And we can do it, but we must start doing it now. And yes, we, you and I, the American people, can fix our nation. No political party can make that statement. No political party can even think of doing that because they have one major problem. They're out for themselves. Where we are out for us, all of us together. Thank you. This is JD. Have a nice day.